Time for something a little more serious, but hopefully still upbeat. I feel kind of lucky to be part of the Gotham fandom. I did enter it a little later than most people, but it's kind of nice because this is actually the most welcoming and kind and accepting fandom I have ever been a part of in my life. Unfortunately, that doesn't mean it's perfect. There are still some problems that arise, and I want to address those because regardless of what fandom you're in, there are some rules of fandom etiquette that people tend to forget online, especially when it comes to platforms like YouTube and Tumblr and Twitter. Because when you're on those social media platforms, it's easier for you to be anonymous than if you were on Facebook. You can just kind of make your icon whatever cartoon you want and name yourself just some goofy handle that no one can link back to you. And that makes it a little easier to say things that aren't the kindest in the world. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you what some basic rules of fandom etiquette are. Although I haven't experienced any of these negatives, I do know a lot of people who have, and we want to keep the Gotham fandom bright and happy. We want to keep the Nygmobblepot tag as positive as we possibly can. So here come the rules. Yay, school time, school time! Keep in mind, these are not going to be said in any particular order of importance or anything. They're just as they pop up in my head. The first rule I have kind of goes along with theories. Gotham strings us along quite a lot. They never tell us the whole picture, but they give us enough that we can start forming our own fun theories. And that is one of my favorite parts of going on Tumblr, like a few days after an episode is aired, is seeing all of the theories that pop up, because it seems like almost nobody has the same one. Like, they mess with us so badly that there will be 10 different theories, and all of them sound equally valid and equally cool, and I'm like, ooh, I wonder which one is going to happen. The problem is, since there's no way for us to know until the next episode airs whose theory will be correct, and they don't give us a whole lot to go on, even with their promo pictures, anyone can be right. And yes, it is very exciting when on that rare occasion you find out you were totally right about your theory and that's exactly what happened or almost exactly what happened, but please, please don't gloat about it. You're not the writer, it was not your baby, and you happen to just, luck out that time and decipher all their clues correctly. You're allowed to be excited, you're allowed to be like, oh my gosh, I had no idea that I was going to be right about my theory, I'm really excited that this happened, but please don't make a post or go to your friends on social media and be like, see, I told you, I knew this was going to happen, weeks ago I talked about this and I knew this was exactly how it was going to go down, see. You look like an obnoxious 11-year-old when you do that. And it's not fun for anyone then. They feel like they're being shut down, like, oh, your theory wasn't as good as mine because I'm the one who was right. And it's just rude. No one likes when people do it during sports, so we certainly don't like it when you're doing it over something that we're supposed to just be sitting down and enjoying. Like, we don't have to do any of the work for the entertainment here. All we have to do is sit on our couch. So please, be excited, but do not gloat. Second rule, respect whatever tag you're in as much as possible. There are Gotham tags, there are character tags, and there are ship tags. These should all be as separate as possible. Be very careful about what is included in your post, because remember, on Tumblr especially, you don't have to necessarily tag it for it to come up in the tag, you just have to mention it enough times in the post. So if, you're in the Gobblepot tag, it sounds like a turkey, the ship names on the show. So for example, say that you like Gobblepot, and you are making a post about it, and all you've done is tag the word Gobblepot. Be careful in your post, because if you sit there saying how much you love that ship, but how much you hate Selena Kyle, and you just can't stand her, you wish that she'd be killed off or something, and you keep mentioning her, she's gonna pop up in the Selena tag, and everyone's gonna be like, what a buzzkill! Why did this person have to like rain on my parade and just sit here bashing Selena the whole time? You know, it's not nice. So try to like X out the vowels or something in the name of the character that you're not as happy about. You don't have to like everyone, but make sure that if you dislike them, you're doing it in the most logical way possible, using facts instead of just saying, you know, this person's just not my favorite, not like, I hate Lee Tompkins, she's a bitch. Also, for goodness sake, I feel a little concerned I even have to bring this up, but do not put ship hate in the tag. I have seen people deliberately do that just to piss people off, especially in the Nygmobblepot tag. I see a bunch of people intentionally tag Nygmobblepot and then write how stupid it is and how much they hate it and how they wish it would go away forever and they're so happy that it's like up in flames right now. Why? What did they do to you? Like, calm down. One, it's just rude. I'm pretty sure every single person in that tag did not personally attack you. And two, even if some of the shippers were rude to you, why would you want to stoop to their level and be just as bad as them? Think about that. It's just not a nice thing to do. You're just being a miserable person and you want everyone miserable with you. But it's not going to work on me. This is going to be the hard one for people. But if somebody is really struggling with an event happening in the show at the moment, please be kind to them. Everyone is triggered by something different. This is a democratized platform, and we are free to say as much or as little about our personal lives as we are comfortable with. Which means, even if someone is pretty open, you still may not know everything about them in every aspect of their life. If someone is just dying inside and having the worst time over, you know, Oswald's mother being killed, don't make fun of them. Don't tell them to chill out. For all you knew, their mother may have been beaten or something, or she may have also died in a tragic way. You just don't know. Same goes with the ships and stuff. Don't get nasty and like, everyone needs to just calm down. You're being so stupid. You're being so petty. Because you don't understand why the person is feeling that way. Especially in the LGBT community and on like the more, you know, homo-romantic tags in this show. If someone is really upset that things aren't really going the way that they thought they were, again, don't mock them. Maybe this was like the first time they were actually going to see some positive LGBT relationship represented on TV after they came out, and this was how they're going to explain to their parents that it can be something nice, and it's kind of dashed now. You know, just be open-minded about this. Here's one I see constantly, because not only do I stalk the tags, I like to stalk the comments underneath, because some of you say some really hilarious things, especially on Tumblr and Twitter. People just let loose on those websites, and it gets so entertaining. But if somebody is misinformed in your opinion, maybe they accidentally got something wrong, you know, they said like this happened in this episode and it happened in another one, it's okay if you feel the need to correct them, but make sure you're doing it in a polite way. A polite way, for example, would be, I had started saying Nygmobblepositivity because that happens to be just easier for me to spit out as a word. And someone said, hey, you know, I've had a tag going on for a while called Nygmobblepot and if you want to find more positive posts, you should go visit that. That's polite, wording it that way. But if she had approached me and said, you know, bitch, you took my tag, I can't believe you did this, what is wrong with you? That's a stupid word, you should have been using this the whole time. Like, no, guess who's not gonna listen to you now? Me! No one is gonna listen to you when you react that way. So just remember, it's perfectly acceptable to enlighten someone who may be misinformed about something or who might not know about something that you know about, but do it in a respectful way. Think, okay, if I wanted somebody to enlighten me, how would I react if I tried these different things? Try to come up with like 3 different methods and go, I don't think I'd really like if somebody said that to me, and then throw that one away. Here's one that's happened to some of my friends, and I feel kind of bad, but it also sort of makes me laugh because I'm surprised how often it happens. The Gotham fandom is full of sarcasm, and I bask in it. But some people aren't picking up on the sarcasm. It's okay, sometimes you just don't get the joke right away, it happens. But, I mean, someone will put, like, you know, those 3-line ones, 3-line sarcasm jokes and stuff, where it's like, oh, Gordon says blah, Ed says blah, and Oswald's like, what? That kind of thing. It's obviously supposed to be a joke. Some people still, maybe it's not obvious to them. They don't get that as a joke. And if you're just like, oh, well, you know, I disagree, and you say like one line, they might be like, hey, this was just meant to be a joke, and you're like, oh, okay. But people are writing like 3-paragraph long attacks about like, well, this is why you're wrong about that. And I'm like, guys, it's a joke, don't get so heated about it. Like, it's really nasty what they'll write, and I'm like, how did you not get that was a joke? So make sure that you remember, if it's one of those like, character says this, oh, pot calls the kettle, that's a joke, it's okay, it happens. Try not to write a book under that person's post. This last one kind of falls under the, you know, be careful what you put under the ship tag category. I've seen a lot of problems with this, and I am excluding Monday nights, because on Monday night a lot of us like to live blog, and that's just fine. I think it's fun seeing everyone's reactions. But afterwards, while we're waiting for the next episode, the Nygmobblepot tag ends up just overwhelmed with Ed hate or Oswald hate. And it's just not pleasant. It kind of clogs the tag with something no one wants to see. And it's not like, oh, I'm kind of disappointed that, you know, Oswald decided to do that, or I'm not very happy about what Ed's doing. It's like, Ed sucks. He's the worst character. I hope he dies kind of stuff. And I'm like, guys, obviously if someone's coming to the Nygmobblepot tag, they like Ed and they like Oswald and they like them together. Why are you sending hate in the tag? It's so nasty. And I think a lot of people are forgetting the fact that people are coming because they relate to these characters on some level. Obviously not like the things they do, like killing people, but maybe some of their personality traits and their quirks people relate to very personally. And when you sit there saying like, oh my gosh, Ed is such a freaking moron for not understanding that Oz is in love with him when he only just told him, like, you might be offending a lot of the Aspie fans who also have a hard time reading people's emotions. It's not pleasant. Even if it doesn't bother you on a personal level, it's not nice to go to your favorite ship's tag and be like, yes, I can't wait to see all the cute art and stuff, and just see Ed hate, Ed hate, Ed hate, Oz hate, Oz hate, Oz hate. It's just, ugh, don't go nuts spewing that, please. Go do it on your own personal post or something if you really need to, but keep it out of the tag. I hope this has enlightened you as to some of the basic rules of fandom etiquette, and I hope that, you know, it was a learning experience for some people. I understand maybe some of you were making these mistakes without realizing it, and without realizing how it affects people, but now you've learned. That's all that matters, is that you learned something. And I hope that I kept kind of a lecture video as positive as possible. We're all different, we're all unique, and that's perfectly okay. I will see you on the next video, and like and subscribe if you enjoyed this. Comment anything you'd like to see on the channel. I'm an open book about this stuff, and I hope to see you all next week. Bye, Rainbow!